Hey everyone, I'm trying to keep good on my part of the bargain here and keep putting up some videos, so here is another one for you guys. I'm going to be using Maggie Holmes Gather, which I just love anything Maggie Holmes does. Yeah, so a little bit of background about this process. So I'm starting with a piece of white cardstock, but I was actually laying in bed at an obscene time of night the other night watching old 2Ps videos, and I ran across this video that Jen Gallagher had done, and she had I don't know if hers were pre-made or if she made them, but they were kind of like some file folder shapes. And she had them layered up similarly. I can never say that word, so excuse me, but kind of like how I have them layered up here. But it just kind of sparked an idea in my head. So that's kind of the guideline that I'm following here today. So I did cut 4 pieces of the pattern paper. They're all different, sizes, but around the same size, just not exactly. And then I'm going to use this Kelly Perky die that I have to cut a couple tabs out of that pattern paper. And I chose that pattern paper to cut them out with the swatches so that I could get different variations. And I'm only going to cut out 2 tabs, and then instead of folding them over, I'm just going to cut them in half so that I have one for each of my little, I guess, faux file folders, we can call them. So yeah, and the papers in this collection are just, oh, they're really pretty. I had a hard time picking what to use. I decided to go ahead and ink the edges. I don't always ink. Sometimes I do. I did a really, really light inking here, and I'm using the Hickory Smoke Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And then I'm just going to run over with my Distressor quick and just kind of rough up the edges just so that there's some distinction between the different patterns there. Excuse me. So I'm going to fiddle back around and try to rearrange them again. I really love that swan paper. I wanted to use it. This is a picture of our dog, Emilia, who we call Millie, when she was kind of just hanging out in the lake at the cabin this summer. But so I guess the swan's water, but it really doesn't have anything. I just really love that paper. I loved all the papers in this collection, but I wanted to keep it on the lighter side, so I didn't use too much black. I do bring some in with my embellishments, but for the most part, I wanted the big pieces of paper to be pretty light. So I grabbed some of my Kelly Perky stamps here. I belong to her monthly Project Life kit club thingy, and she sends, I mostly subscribe because I love her stamps, and she sends like an exclusive stamp set every month with the kit. And so I'm using a couple of the stamp sets here and just putting different phrases on the tabs. So one says something about I love summer or something. The other one says on the water, out for the weekend, XOXO. And I'm just going to lightly adhere those on with a little tiny bit of tape runner, and then I'm going to run them through my sewing machine off screen. So there I am showing you. It was really quick, I'm sorry. I used gold thread though, and I did a zigzag stitch to connect each of the tabs to the piece of paper that it goes with. And then I just attach them all together so it's one big piece that I can move around and I don't have to keep fiddling with them. And so I wanted to add something to the background. I haven't done a lot of mixed media on my pages lately. I haven't really done a lot of pages lately, but I used to really be into the mixed media, and I still love the way it looks. I just find myself being impatient and just wanting to get to play and cut the papers, and so I kind of don't do a lot of background work anymore. But I decided to with this one, and so I'm mixing some distress inks. I'm using spun sugar, worn lipstick, and dried marigold, and I'm mixing different combinations of all of them together just to get different variations. And then I took this big, dry, fluffy brush. It almost looks like a blush brush, but it is a paintbrush, and I used that really dry, and it kind of gave a cool effect. You can't really see it on screen as well, but it's like a really light, airy, like when you apply blush. That's almost what the paint looked like, and I liked how it filled in where there were different like splatter marks from using the packaging. So I got that done, and I just splattered some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine and just dabbing up those little droplets there, trying to make sure they're dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. So, um, yeah, yeah. Let's get started with the actual stuff now, right? So I'm going to use this floral piece of paper, and I cut two of the flowers out, and I'm going to use two of them. Just fussy cutting them. I sped this part up pretty quick because it's just me cutting these flowers out. Nothing special and amazing or anything, but I do love this floral paper. And I am going to come in with a couple other floral elements, but they're going to be from the embellishments that go with this collection. So I decided I like both of them at the top of that picture there, so that's kind of where those are going to be. And then I'm going to grab, this is not from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection, this is a piece of Dear Lizzie vellum. I think it was from Fine and Dandy. As you can see, I'm kind of getting low on it, but I really love that paper, or that vellum. So I just tore the bottom edge, and I'm going to use that to map my photo, and that's going to bring in some gold, because what would a Maggie Holmes collection be without gold, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up and stick that right on top of those florals. And I think I'm just going to do it right now. I haven't taped the florals down yet, but that way I know that they won't move and they'll stay where I want them to stay. And then I'm just going to pop up like the edges of them with some smaller pop dots. So there is like a nice dimension to the tops of them, which I thought looked pretty cool. So I did some more stitching just on that swan piece of paper, and then the blue piece of paper, just a couple back and forth straight stitches, and then I left the strings hanging down on each of them on one side just to kind of add a little look. I don't usually leave the strings hanging out, but I did like it on this particular layout. So now I'm going to start doing some embellishing. I'm going to use this black tag in this hello layered piece. It has like a yellow layered acetate under the cutout hello, which is really cool because you can see the detail of the black and white, that plaid or whatever it's called underneath. When you kind of look through the hello. So that's pretty cool. And this is actually going to be part of my title. So I'm just going to layer those in. And I do really love the way that the black kind of adds a little bit of contrast because everything else is so light and fluffy and airy, I guess. So yeah, I popped that hello up so it gave it even a little bit more dimension and coolness with the acetate. And I'm going to continue going through the ephemera pack. So I'm going to, I pulled out these acetate flowers that are in the ephemera pack. I'm only going to use one, the one that's on the left, and then I'm going to go for this just regular cardstock die cut of a floral to go there. And I really loved the way, I didn't originally plan on using this many florals. I thought I would just use the two blue ones that I cut out, but I really love the way that they all came together and kind of made the page a lot more girly because my dog is a girl, and I mean, I just love the florals anyways. I mean, everybody does. So, and I loved how they were all different. Like one was acetate and then they were different colors, and so I thought that looked cool, kind of layered in with those file folders. So there is a plastic coating on these. Some of them I feel like have them and some of them don't, but these ones do have them, and so I took that off, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that under there, and I already stuck the peach one down. And then I'm going to use the little alpha that comes on the back of the sticker sheet to just spell out Millie. It's like a gold tile alpha, and the font, it's hard to kind of tell on here, but it's kind of like a stencil font. Like if you bought like a stencil to spray paint through or something, it's kind of that kind of font, which is pretty cool. So, and just some more stickers. I'm going to place these little 2 hearts down here under the title, and then grab a couple gold hearts, and I'm going to put one by that acetate flower and one over here between these leaves of the fussy cut flower. And yeah, I'm going to use quite a few things off the sticker sheet. That little label, I thought just brought that color kind of to the very top of everything. But I decided to cut in half so I could put one at the top and then the other half at the bottom here. I don't know, I just like the way that looked because it was like a common thing, you know, at the top and the bottom. So And now the chipboard thickers. So I don't have the actual chipboard big sheet yet. They didn't have it in yet when I ordered this. So I don't have that right now, but I do have these chipboard pieces, and I'm going to use some. That one I think says Always Remember maybe. And it's kind of like one of those cool tabby arrowy things. I don't know. I love that shape though. And then I'm going to use this one. This is hashtag good times. And I did that mostly because of the color. All of the blue was on the right side, so that kind of brought some over there. And then that pink chipboard piece with the 3 gold hearts on it up there by that floral and that tab. And then, of course, the little phrase stickers. These are so gorgeous. So I'm going to use a few of these, and I think I used 3. I'm going to put one right there, one right there, one at the top right. That's so descriptive. As I put something there, I just say, and I put that there, and I put that there. But I like how the gold foil is spread throughout the page with common embellishments. So, yeah. So, what am I going to do now? Oh, yeah, I did want to mat this. I kind of felt like it needed to be contained. And I love the way that pages look when they're matted on a big 12 by 12 piece of paper, but I am horrible at doing it. I don't know what my problem is. Thankfully, you don't see me really struggle, but I did with this. I do every time, so that's why I tend to not do it if I can help it. But this one really needed it, so I decided to pull out this wood paper, which is stunning. And I cut out the middle of it, of course, because I can't waste. I just looked at the back. It was pink. It would have looked nice too, but I really wanted this wood because it kind of brought out the color of Emilia. So, yeah, I cut that out. It took me a while though, but I got that on there as best as I could. And now I'm just gonna grab my roller date stamp and stamp the date on the side there by the photo, and that's going to be it. So I'll do some close-ups so you can kind of see in detail what's going on here. I hope you enjoyed this process. I'm hoping to be back with more and more and more and more and more. Both of my kids are in school now. My youngest one just started kindergarten, so I have a lot of more free time for now. So, you know, I'm going to try to utilize it as well as I can and try to put out some videos. But anyways, everyone have a great day and a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.